Welcome back. Here we are, episode 8 of the Martin and Greg and Martin 10-minute chat hour.
Good
Greg
enough.
and Martin.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what it's called. I'm Greg Lestraps.
And I am the official YouTube superstar of the Greg and Martin 10-minute chat hour.
Yeah.
And here's something that I don't know if you know. You can't spell superstar without super.
No, you can't.
And you can't think Martin without hero.
No.
And when you put those two together, you have superhero.
Sandwich.
Superhero sandwich.
Superhero sandwich.
Hashtag superhero sandwich. That was quick.
That was good.
We didn't even have to work into that one.
Yeah, it usually takes us half an episode to come up with something.
But I love superheroes. I love comic books and
Yeah.
I love superheroes.
So do I.
And
Are you saying I don't?
I'm
I
implying
love them.
that
You wouldn't
don't.
even know what comic books are if it weren't for me.
There's an argument to be made that I would have found them eventually.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Right. Maybe you would. I mean, it's not like they're hiding them.
I love all sorts of superheroes, but my favorite, hands down, from the time I was a kid, was Batman.
Batman. I love
And
Batman too.
like so many kids before me, this wasn't an original thing, but my brain connected with it the way so many other kids did. Batman captured my imagination because he was a superhero up on the levels with the pantheon of superheroes like Superman and the Flash and the Green Lantern.
Could kick butt.
All of these guys, all of them had superpowers.
Right.
Batman had no superpowers.
He technically isn't a superhero.
He was just a dude
He's a hero.
who worked really hard, got himself really fit,
Like me.
studied hard in school, became the Dark Knight detective. And so that absolutely captured my imagination because especially as a kid with a big imagination who loved superheroes, there was no way that I could go back and be born on Krypton and have my parents put me on a rocket ship and send me to Earth. But I could, if I was dedicated enough, I could work hard and I could become Batman.
It's not too late.
And in fact, when I was a kid, I actually got in trouble. I took a bath towel.
You never got in trouble. He never got in trouble.
First of all, that
was his super
I was
power.
a delightful child.
Yeah, he was the YouTube superstar of children.
I broke the internet before the internet existed.
That's right.
But I took a bath towel and I cut the bottom of it because if you know Batman, his cape, it looks like how would you describe it?
I would say if a bat wore a cape, it would look like that.
Fair enough. And so I did that with a bath towel, tied it around my neck. But you know what? Even if I got in trouble, I was so adorable.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened.
Yeah. Well, I did the same thing with it was Superman when I was very young, and I would go like my briefs and my V-neck T-shirt and a towel wrapped
Right.
around my neck, and I still do that occasionally.
Kind of like what's happening below our desk.
If you see
right
me
now.
at the supermarket, that's probably what I'm wearing. But Batman, I loved Batman. Here's the thing with Batman. Batman's great because my favorite era of Batman was the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams
Sure.
era.
Sure.
I think that's the quintessence. You don't need to go farther than that. There's like the Frank Miller and all that.
Yeah.
Everything since then, which is all well and good.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't get better than that. However, and I know that there are going to be people who differ with me on this, and
All right.
please feel free in the comments to
All
tell
right.
me what
I
a
might
jerk I
differ
am
right
for thinking
now.
this. I love the Batman TV show from the
Okay,
60s.
sure.
I think it is brilliant satire. It's hilarious, but I think a lot of people take offense at the fact that here's Batman, he's a superhero. There's nothing funny about Batman. It comes from a tragic story that happened to him when he was a kid, and now but the Batman TV show, I endlessly,
Yeah.
I can watch that all day long.
I loved the Batman series I saw it in syndication. I'm not nearly as old as you, so I saw it in syndication. But because I was a kid, the satire was completely lost on me. I thought it was the most exciting.
No, you just thought it was a
dramatic
great show.
Yeah,
You just thought it was a great show, and then you get older and you're like, oh wow, this was written by a bunch of college kids,
Yeah.
probably.
And the truth is
Hilarious
that
show.
show,
So good, so
along
good.
with just my general love of Batman, I only wish this was a joke. I legitimately thought growing up to be Batman was a viable career option.
Well, you would.
And so
think that.
and so I decided that you know what, nobody else is taking the mantle. Nobody else is taking the mantle of the cowl.
So you may as well.
I was about 12 years old, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I mean, I'm a kid now, but one day I'll be a grown up, and I'll be tall and athletic and all the things that I'm not today, and I can be Batman. But I also thought, you know what, I need a Robin. So it was 6th grade, and I told my very best friend, I said, you know what, don't tell anybody because obviously secret identity.
Right.
I'm gonna grow up to be Batman. Don't and I'm gonna need a Robin. If you're up for the gig, I'm gonna need a Robin, but I'm gonna be a Batman. And he assured me from the bottom of his heart, wouldn't tell anybody. And I felt good that one person knew my secret, and then that was it. We went to recess, 10-minute recess, came back, just a crowd of kids pointing and laughing at the kid who thought he was gonna be Batman. 10 minutes. He couldn't let 10 minutes pass before giving up my secret identity.
But the thing is, you've never seen a more adorable loser in your life.
But funny. But here's the thing, though, and I'll keep this short because what do we have, like 10 minutes left? Is
we don't.
While I didn't grow up to become Batman, I did genuinely, I think, take away from that even in my life today, you work hard, you apply yourself, you can do great things.
That's the takeaway, I think, from Batman.
Yeah, and that genuinely, I still today, with the exception of episode 8.
right, exactly. No, Batman, great. But as I was saying, the TV show is... See, I don't... The Neil Adams... Denny O'Neil, Batman series, the run that they had at DC Comics, brilliant. That's to me the quintessential Batman. But as many Batman movies as there have been, as many Batman the animated series, and Adam West, he is the Batman as far as I'm concerned. Maybe he doesn't represent the Batman that we think Batman should be, but dude.
Yeah, and for anybody who hates on the Batman series,
don't hate on it.
The truth is,
stop being a hater.
If that series didn't exist, it was a very important bridge of keeping Batman in the mainstream.
Absolutely. But and you know what happened? Actually, the comic books took a turn and they stopped being dark and serious, and they actually were. Batman was kind of goofy in the comic books for a stretch of time, and I think actually it was Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil who kind of were like, okay. Let's get this back on course. Yeah.
Now, who's your superhero of choice? Because you love superheroes.
I love superheroes, but I have to say, if I have to choose a superhero, it's not really a superhero. My hero is Tom Jones, but because he still sings like crazy. That guy has got a voice on him, and
a voice, that too.
But in the Welsh accent, and he's smooth with the ladies, and I'm not entirely convinced that he's not the alter ego of some masked Avenger. I believe that. He probably is a superhero. We just don't know it. We just think he's an international pop star.
Can I paraphrase a quick quote from Tom Jones? I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about, he's a very famous, the women love him.
They love him.
And he was talking about how his wife, how he deals with his wife, and being jealous and worried about what he does when he's away from home touring. And he said, his understanding with his wife is, ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies.
That's a good policy. And I'm going to say that's between us, that's the same thing. Just don't ask me any questions, and I don't have to lie to you. No, Tom Jones is it. I saw Tom Jones in concert when I was 5 years old. It was my very first rock concert, was Tom Jones. And man, he was up on stage, and the ladies were just going crazy. They threw their underwear on stage for him, and they would rush the stage, and all these women are asking him to kiss them, and he's doing it. He's like kissing all these women that are, and 5 years old, I was just like, that's what I want to do. That's why I sing. I don't, and I had to be like Batman. Wow. I didn't have a natural singing voice. I had to be like Bruce Wayne, and I had to cultivate that voice. Working out every day at the gym, however you do that, however you become a good singer.
Tom Jones is your Batman.
He's my Batman. Tom Jones is my Batman.
I didn't see that one coming.
For sure.
I saw Tom Jones in concert.
Did you?
I saw Tom Jones.
Everyone should see Tom Jones in concert.
Here's the thing. I didn't even plan on watching him. I was in Las Vegas with my current wife, then girlfriend Chanel. And it was the end of our trip. We were just getting ready. We were going to leave. We were just hanging out on the strip. It was just a matter of time before we hit the road. And Tom Jones was playing at the MGM Grand.
Right.
And there was discount tickets available because the show was going to start in like an hour. It hadn't quite sold out yet. And so we thought, it would be hilarious. Wouldn't it be hilarious, just as a lark, if we got tickets to Tom Jones? That'd be such a funny story. We got tickets. 5 minutes into the show, I was throwing my panties onto the stage.
I know, because there's people go into it ironically. I remember once, back in the day when I used to work at record stores, and then the reps from the record companies would call and they'd talk to me.
No.